So here's another holiday that Japan has taken on as its own, Halloween. So, unlike some of the other holidays adopted by Japan, like Christmas, Halloween is pretty new to the scene in the country and it hasn't developed the commercial aspect to it as the other holidays have. Part of the reason for that is that Halloween is a pretty new concept for the Japanese and it really only started taking root there about 10 or so years ago, so it's pretty new. It is new enough that the holiday is pretty pure in the sense that it hasn't been completely commercialized and made into a retail holiday, just like they did with Christmas and Valentine's Day. So you get a lot more spirit out of this growing holiday than some of the others. No pun intended. Now, however, this is Japan we're talking about. It is the land of cosplay. So Halloween doesn't have the same flavor in Japan as it would here in the U.S. For starters, there's not really any trick or treating that goes on. I mean, there's little kids that do it, but for the most part, it's just not something that's done. There are Halloween themed candies and chocolates that are bought for the holiday, but it seems that for the most part, having little kids knocking on someone's door and demanding candy or suffering the consequences seems a bit rude, so there's not a whole lot of trick or treating going on. Also, the holiday is really for honestly younger or young adults and going on older. It's much more of a party atmosphere than anything else, and the costumes are really much more in variety in themes. Sure, you're going to get your regular anime cosplayers out there, but more of the costumes have more of an adult and horror feel to it, and more of a Halloween, more gothic, that kind of thing. Also, it appears to be a group event in Japan. There are huge gatherings, numbering in the thousands, where people in costumes simply just show up like a flash mob. It's gotten more organized over the past couple of years, usually occupying a public area with bands, a DJ contest, and things like that. But it's really an event where you're just there to be seen. Part of the reason for the huge party atmosphere to the Japanese version of Halloween is largely due to an old tradition held in August or July. It's a serious one where family members go on and clean the graves of loved ones, offer prayers to the dead, and try very, very hard not to offend anyone's spirit. Ghosts, are considered fun things and cute in Japanese culture, but the vengeful dead is something else altogether, and they take that stuff very seriously. There are huge karmic ramifications to bad behaviors towards gravesite maintenance and dishonoring the dead. And the stories that are told around this time are a lot different than ghost stories told around a campfire. I mean, we're talking about stories where Guro is the norm, and it's still considered a family event. So yeah, in a nutshell, Halloween in Japan is like a huge costume party. There's fun to be had, creative costumes, competitions, and it is a total photographer's dream. Speaking of Guro, come back on October 26th. We're going to talk a little bit more about that for Halloween. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.